Hello, and welcome back to another round of the Hyper League. We're in round 2, currently looking at the game between HellsGeneral and kasokekioto. Now, these two, this will be their first match of the tournament, actually, that will be played, as kasokekioto was on a bye week during the first round, and HellsGeneral won through a default victory when his opponent forfeited. So this will be the actual first match that both of them will have played in this league. That said, this is actually will be the first competitive match that kasokekioto will have played in this game, period. So it'll be interesting to see how well she does. We've certainly seen some other players who had little skill who got off to really rough starts, so we'll have to see if she's able to pick it up a bit quicker, or how exactly this goes. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what happens. Alright, so we are on the map Abandon All Hope. Looks like HellsGeneral will be playing the Tau Empire, and kasokekioto will be on the Sisters of Battle. So right out the gate here, let's see, HellsGeneral not doing anything just yet, just kind of hanging around. Let's jump back. kasokekioto also perhaps just analyzing what she's got, trying to decide what she wants to do. Okay, so right there we do see the Tau barracks going down for HellsGeneral, as well as queued up 2 squads of stealth suits. Excellent decision there. Go out and grab some points. Got a plasma generator queued up to go down after that Tau barracks is done. That stealth suit is not actually moving yet. Again, it's a bit of a mistake there, but okay, right there they are heading out now. Go grab points. Meanwhile, we do see a plasma generator going down as first building for kasokekioto, as well as another servitor built and a missionary coming out next. Hopefully we'll see that missionary go out and grab a point pretty quickly here. Certainly we've seen some of the other players not run out and grab points immediately as they're trying to get used to the way this game runs. Let's see, we do not see anything else. Okay, right there we see the Adeptus Sororitas convent going down. That will give her access to her battle sister squads. And there the missionary is heading out. Looks like he's going after that point. Fantastic. We should see some econ play for both players then. We do see that other plasma generator going down. Let's see, Tau Barracks not doing anything just yet. Right there, however, he's beginning to build a fire warrior team. Interesting first choice. That will certainly give him some good range firepower. Against the Sisters of Battle, that should fare pretty well, actually, given that the Sisters of Battle are mostly a ranged group. If kasokekioto gets her Canoness out early, that could prove a challenge for those fire warrior teams. However, if properly microed, those fire warriors can be very devastating, especially early game like this. They are moving forward, looks like, and we do have another squad coming out. 2 Fire Warrior squads early on. Again, could be very devastating. We see HellsGeneral keeping his requisition fairly low here, continuing to spend it as he gets it. Meanwhile, kasokekioto has a lot of resources built up, is not building anything out of her convent just yet. Does have an LP going down, but again, we generally don't like to see resources building up quite this much, especially early game. You need to be spending that requisition, investing it in your infrastructure to make sure that you've got a solid econ and will be able to handle whatever's thrown at you. We do, however, see that Canoness going down, as well as the Battle Sister squad queued up right behind it. Jumping back to HellsGeneral, we see that second Fire Warrior squad is now out. Nothing else being built just yet. We do see some LPs going down, however. We've got LPs generally all around. We got the relic being grabbed on the side and the center point being grabbed as well. Grabbing a center point like this is a very powerful strategic move on this map. It can be difficult to hold, but if you can secure it early and then get some fortifications up, it gives you a very strong advantage in the game, as some of your longer range units can actually stand in the middle here, supported by whatever defenses you've got around this point, and fire in at the enemy base. And that goes for whichever side of the map you're on, by the way. We do see another plasma generator going down. HellsGeneral continuing to build up his econ. No additional units being built yet, but he is running a very tight requisition base here, keeping that fairly low, making sure that he's spending those points as he gets them once more. Let's see, the Battle Sister squad just about to come out to support that Canoness. kasokekioto is at 32 requisition, grabbing another point at the moment. HellsGeneral, however, is at 79 requisition. Just jumped up to 89 with that relic captured. And we do see the Path of Alignment going down, so this will let him tech up to Tier 2 already in the game. That should provide a very, actually scary thing for kasokekioto. She has not upgraded to Tier 2 yet herself. Doesn't look like there's any sign of her doing that just yet. She does have a good amount of resources, but she's going to need to get some more plasma generated down most likely in order to support that. We do see more points being grabbed, but again, at only 38 versus HellsGeneral's 86 at this point, kasokekioto is very quickly going to find herself getting overwhelmed by sheer force of number and tech, as once again, HellsGeneral is teching up, spending all that requisition that he's getting on new things. We see that, once again, kasokekioto has approaching 600 requisition in the bank versus only 400 for HellsGeneral, despite the fact that he's generating at over twice the rate of requisition. That is, again, just an indication of the fact that he is spending all of that as fast as he gets it. He is converting all of those points into power on the battlefield, rather than just let it sit in the bank. This is... This requisition bank up here provides no interest. You do not get extra points by simply having those points up there. You need to be spending them, converting them into units on the map so that you can maximize the advantage that you have. So we do see the power of those fire warriors coming in here. Just an absurd amount of firepower, being able to whittle down those battle sisters very quickly. They really just can't cause any damage without the support of their Canoness. And again, the Canoness is stuck in with a squad here at the moment, so that is actually going to work against kasokekioto in this particular case. Usually doing this is a decent idea, as the Canoness does provide good boosts to the squad she's in. However, the Canoness can also tank. She can run in and do melee attacks and disrupt the attacks of those fire warriors, but when she's part of the squad, she will just stand back and fire with them. Actually, it may not matter here, as those battle sisters are going to get whittled down before they can even get in range anyway. So the Canoness, now free to go and engage, is going to do so, and here we see the effect that she's having on this battle. All 5 of these fire warriors are no longer firing. They're not causing any damage to anybody while they're in melee combat like that. They are pulling back a little bit. HellsGeneral realizing that Canoness is proving to be a bit of a problem for him, and letting that stealth suit wisely tank a bit there. He does have the 3rd squad of fire warriors coming in around behind here, and that upgraded LP to provide support as well. That will allow him to push back the Canoness or kill her, depending on if kasokekioto pulls the Canoness back or not. This is certainly a situation where does no good to lose the Canoness, but she is going to lose her, doesn't have time to pull her back. She goes down. We do see another Inferno turret being built. We will have to see if the Fire Warriors allow this or not. They do not seem to have any visibility yet. We do have the stealth suit around the side here, however, providing some visibility into the middle, which is allowing those Fire Warriors to actually attack these buildings in kasokekioto's base. We do see the another Canoness being built, as well as the Battle Sister squad. However, it is likely not going to matter here. Those Fire Warriors able to fire in from the side. Again, they're going to be taking down that plasma generator very quickly here. Still do not see Tier 2 out of kasokekioto, but we do see the Recruit Shaping Center down for HellsGeneral already. This means that he is teching up to Tier 3. He's going to have access to all of his much more powerful Recruit units now, deciding to sacrifice going the route of the Mont-Ka. We also see the upgraded listing posts going down. Got one in the center already done, and over on the side, another one going down, upgrading from the LP2 to the LP3. That's going to provide very strong support. It doesn't quite have the range to hit stuff in the base over here, but anything that tries to attack to route out and stop these Fire Warriors is now going to have to face 2 LPs on this side, or two squads of upgraded Fire Warriors on the side here, who in fact actually have their Shasui out. That is going to that's going to prove to be very scary for anything that kasokekioto can bring against here. Again, we're just going to see very quickly the squad falling. Way too much firepower coming in, especially with the support of those LPs. The second one is upgraded now. Again, that Canoness is falling very quickly. This is just not looking good for kasokekioto at all. However, once again, when we're looking at what's going on here, we see, okay, there's Recruit Shaping coming out right there. We do see some very intense play from HellsGeneral right out the gate here, proving that he does have the chops to go toe-to-toe with probably some of the better players in our league. We'll have to see if that holds up when he comes against some of those players, but certainly in this match he has shown that he knows how to play his econ well. We do see 2 more plasma generators going down, 3 more going down. Once again, even though he knows he's got the match in the bag at this point, given that he's causing massive damage to her base and is attacking her last unit production building, he is continuing to build out his econ and tech up his units. Very, very wise decisions here. That's not only going to help his general scores and seed score in the match later on, but that is just providing him with practice and making sure that he continues to build up his base and his forces even while he has the upper hand. And again, that will prove to be very valuable later on in the tournament against some of the more intense opponents you'll face. On the other hand, kasokekioto, in some degrees, a stronger showing than some of the other players that we've seen on their first rounds. That said, certainly a bit of a harsh defeat for her. Wasn't able to really accomplish much of anything in this match. All of her units got mowed down before they caused any real damage. So we'll probably see a pretty low, if not even a negative military score for her. That Pristine Sanctuary, of course, going down. Not going to matter. She doesn't have the units, and her last production ability just went down. So that is the end of this match. After 10 minutes and 10 seconds, let's jump out to the score screen to get a little bit closer look at what went down exactly here. And again, as predicted, we do see a negative score on military for kasokekioto. Let's have a look at the specifics on this. So again, overall, this was mostly just a matter of what kind of damage was caused by the units, because kasokekioto actually created more units over the course of the match. However, again, just by having them trickle into the range of those fire warriors and not having anybody soak up any of that damage, she just got all of them whittled down without causing any real damage herself. Again, we see that she only killed 4 units over the course of the map. That played very negatively against her in this. Taking a look at the resources, again, we can see some significant differences here. We do see, in the case of both kasokekioto and HellsGeneral, actually, more requisition being spent than was gathered, which means that they did actually end up spending all of the requisition that they not only generated, but also some of the stock resources that they started with, and some of the bonus requisition that they get for completing various buildings. On energy, we see that HellsGeneral did that as well. kasokekioto not quite, not spending as much as she gathered, which means that she left some on the table there. However, it should be pointed out that HellsGeneral did gather quite a bit here and still managed to spend all of it. And that was something that we saw throughout the course of the match. He kept that total amount of requisition in his bank low, continuing to spend those points as he gathered them. Again, that is very critical in this game. You don't want those points sitting in your bank. You want to convert them into units and upgrades on the battlefield to support you. Every point sitting in your bank is currently being wasted, unless you're saving up for something. But again, there's nothing in the game that is expensive enough that should cause you to be sitting on 1,000 points of requisition. Looking at technology, we do see that HellsGeneral researched a couple things, not a whole lot, but a few things, and certainly reinforced more. kasokekioto reinforced a little bit, but not much. And again, HellsGeneral grabbing more points, including the relic, securing a much higher total score there. So once again, congratulations to HellsGeneral on winning the first game in this matchup against kasokekioto. We'll have to see how he does in the next one. Thank you to everyone for watching, and stay tuned for the next game in this match, as well as all of the other matches in the league. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.